Hey guys, happy Friday, fourth grade. Feels like we haven't done math all week. It's been a lot of review this week, a lot of doubling up on the same lesson to make sure that we understand it. So today we finally get to start a new lesson. I hope y'all did wonderful on your mid-chapter yesterday. What am I talking about? I hope y'all did. I know y'all did great on your mid-chapter yesterday because y'all are so smart. Okay, so today we're going to start with 4.9, which is division with regrouping, which is going to be the way that your parents and even me learned how to divide 100 million years ago. And I think y'all are going to like this way to divide a lot better. I've got a silly little way to help y'all remember it, and we're going to do this today and on Monday too, so that we can make sure we really get it. Okay, so 76 divided by 3. I'm going to write this a different way. I'm going to write it like this. 76 is going to go in this house, and 3 is going to be knocking on the door. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this 3 and then just this 1 right here, or not the 1, this 6, this 1 is going to go away. We're just going to look at it like that, okay? Pretend that that 6 is not there. So you're going to ask yourself, how many times can 3 go into 7? Now, we already know that 3 can't go into 7 evenly. 3 times nothing's going to give us 7. But what can I multiply to get me close to 7 without going over it? Right, I can do 3 times 2. So I'm going to take that 2, and I'm going to put it right here above this 7, okay? So my first step was to divide. And I'm going to write this over here because this is going to come along later when we start looking at our steps. So I'm going to divide. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to imagine a tiny little multiplication symbol right here. And I'm going to say 3 times whatever number I put up here. So 3 times 2 is what? 6. Very good. So I'm going to put that 6 right here in line with those numbers. It's very important that we line these up correctly so that we don't put our numbers in the wrong place, because that's going to give us the wrong answer, right? We've learned that with multiplication, adding, subtracting. We've always got to make sure that our numbers are lined up correctly. Okay, so after we divided, we just multiplied. All right. So we said, can 3 go into 7? We said it could go into it 2 times, and then 3 times 2 is 6. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract. I'm going to subtract. Okay, so I'm just going to subtract those numbers right there. That's it. 7 minus 6 is what, y'all? Very good. 7 minus 6 is 1. All right, now I'm going to uncover this other number. Okay, so I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, and then I'm going to check. Now, I'm going to show you what you need to check for. You need to check and make sure that this number you got when you subtracted is smaller than the number that's knocking on the door. Okay, so is 1 smaller than 3? Yes, it is. So that's going to check out. Okay, if it is not smaller than 3, you're going to have to go back and start at step 1 to get this number different. All right, but we do check out right here, so we're okay and we can move on. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to bring down. All right, and the number we're going to bring down is this one right here. Just that next number over, I'm going to bring it down. And then I'm going to start all back over the top. All right, so now I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to look at it like this. Can 3 go into 16? It can. Now, can it go into it evenly? No. But we can go into it and get close to it. So what times 3 can get me close to 16? Very good. 3 times 5 can get me close to 16. So I'm going to put that 5 right back on the roof next to the number, okay? We just go right in order, line them up. Okay, then I'm going to multiply 3 times. Now I'm not going to do 3 times 25. I'm going to do 3 times that number that I just put up there. Okay, so just times the number you just brought up there. So 3 times 5 is what? Very good, it's 15, and I'm going to bring it down here, line it up. Then I'm going to subtract. When I subtract 16 minus 15, what do I get? 1. Very good. Now I'm going to check. I'm checking to see if this number is smaller than the number knocking on the door. Is it? It is, so that checks out. Then I'm going to bring down. So I'm going to go back up here, and there is nothing left for me to bring down. So now I'm ready to write my answer, 25, but I can't forget about this down here. If there is any number other than 0 down here, that is your remainder. Okay, that's your remainder. And we're going to bring that up here and write it just like we did in lesson 2, remainder of 1, just like that. Alrighty, this is going to be the only example we're going to do today because we're going to start this lesson off a little bit slow to make sure I don't overwhelm you with too much. And then you'll have a little bit of practice and we'll come back to this on Monday and do some more examples together. Okay, so our steps over here, divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. I'm going to show you a really easy way to remember those. It's kind of silly, but you can say, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? I know, it's kind of silly, but it will still help you remember. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. All right, guys. Like I said, this is the way that your parents learned how to divide, that I learned how to divide 100 years ago. So they can be a resource to you if you need extra help. If you don't want to ask your parents and you want to do this on your own, you can just come back to this video for extra help. If you need it on your assignment, make sure you come back to it. All right, guys, please make sure you're checking your folder. Whoever your teacher is, make sure you're checking your folders every day for any assignments. And you can always come back to this. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. You did awesome with me today. And I will see you on Monday for some more of 4.9.